You won't believe what happened today. I had a total Matrix moment creating this hunky-dory VR futuristic city model. Seriously, it was unreal, almost like I'm channeling my inner Neo. The coolest part, Zoe, the big boss of VR Studio, was mega impressed with the design too. Oh, and guess what? Even our dear mentor Luke was all thumbs up about it. For a split second, I felt like a cutting-edge city planner of a digital oasis. Imagine a day in the life of Amy Lai, the Neo of VR world. Honestly, not a bad thought. Speaking of our tech realm, did you tune into the latest episode of Technomancers? It reminded me heavily of one of those old-school RPG games. Loved every bit of it. Oh, but don't worry, no spoilers, I promise. So, according to our dear friends Eric and Nina, I'll soon be designing VR movie nights with realistic caramel popcorn physics. I mean, why not? If the future is all about VR, we might as well have some snacks too, right? One thing is certain, though. I'm team caramel popcorn over chocolate-covered ones. Just putting it out there. We were also discussing if the alphabet song and Twinkle Twinkle have the same tune. Crazy, right? Told you we dig deep into the trivialities of life. In fact, maybe we can imagine living in a perfectly good virtual reality. Forget reality when you can whip up a detailed VR model of any city. I feel like I'm in the zone. Everything is just falling into place and making sense. I had to call this out. All those chats and the fans on Twitch have really helped me to fine-tune my work. Could be the tech-savvy geek life or the after effects of easing into LA, but it does feel good to exceed expectations. But hey, we'll talk more about all of this some other time. Project deadlines are calling my name. So, speaking of Harry Potter, did you know J.K. Rowling wrote the entire series on napkins, or so the legend has it? Kind of makes our digital world seem a tad impersonal, doesn't it? But then where would we be without our favorite wizard tech trivia nights in VR? On that note, I had this killer Harry Potter movie night with the gang today. You'd have loved it. Of course I added my signature touch to it. You know how I am with details. The whole place was transformed, complete with the sorting hat, magic wands, and yes, Eric's favorite, floating candles. And Nina, the observant always, didn't miss the chocolate frogs. The whole crew was there, even Max, the new guy, nice kid. And as always, Lily, the queen of Harry Potter trivia, emerged victorious. I swear it's like she went to Hogwarts herself. As for me, well, my knowledge of magic is as much as a muggle wouldn't stand a chance. It was a great diversion from all the VR designing. Nina even found an old mixtape of the Beatles. I mean, how nostalgic is that? Reminded me of our high school days when we used to hum their songs like our own anthem. But you know how it is. One moment we're discussing butterbeer recipes and Beatles hits, and the next we're onto our coding conundrums. But hey, John Lennon did say, life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. And speaking of plans, work calls again. What a phenomenal day, you know? The kind of day where you feel you're making a difference in the world. Today, I initiated a VR art showcase for our online community of digital artists. I thought, why not use our love for VR to create a platform for showcasing talent? And boom, turns out I'm not the only one who thought it was a great idea. Thanks to it, the art community spotlighted some fresh talents, Aiden and Amelia. Man, they channeled their inner Picassos. Judging from their work, I'm sure they'll be setting new trends in digital art soon. Speaking of trends, Eric, out of nowhere, brought up parallel universes during our chat. Leave it to him to make us ponder about our cosmic doppelgangers, right? I like to think there's a gamer Amy rocking some other universe. Nina, in true workaholic fashion, dodged the existential crisis and instead managed to debug a complex algorithm. Multi-talented and highly efficient. She's a real-life code whisperer. Our chats never fail to bring a blend of technobabble, friendly banter, and intense work discussions. Oh, and did I mention nostalgia struck us today? Remember that old digital art podcast we used to listen to? I stumbled upon it again, and trust me, the same excitement coursed through me, just like the good old days. Anyway, I need to get that dose of reality we often avoid and check on my project deadlines.